$250,000 salary, $30,000 raise. Your retirement savings account went up $200. This isn't a typo, and it's happening to millions of high earners right now. You believe your six-figure income is automatically securing your retirement. The data says otherwise. According to Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances Research from 2023, high-income households earning $200K to $500K annually save between 10 and 15% of gross income. But retirement security for peak earners typically requires a 25 to 35% savings rate. That gap, that invisible 10 to 20% delta, is costing you approximately $400,000 to $600,000 in compounded retirement savings over 15 years, assuming a conservative 6% annual investment return. In the next 9 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact expense categories trapping high earners, the research proving why most professionals don't notice this pattern until age 48, and the math proving that one behavioral shift during your peak earning years, between ages 40 and 55, could move your retirement date forward by 5 to 10 years instead of backward. And by the end, I'll show you the single data point that most financial advisors won't tell you. High-income earners today are saving less than high-income earners from 10 years ago, despite earning significantly more. Let's start with the belief that's quietly destroying your retirement timeline. The wrong belief. If you earn a high salary, you are automatically saving enough for retirement as long as you're not spending recklessly. This is the mental model almost every professional earning six figures holds. It's intuitive. It feels true. It's completely wrong. Here's the paradox. The higher your income, the easier it is to fall into this trap. When you earn $80,000, a $2,000 raise feels meaningful. You notice it. You make a decision about it, pay off debt, invest it, or spend it on something specific. You feel the choice. When you earn $250,000 and get a $12,500 semi-annual bonus or a $30,000 annual raise, which compounds across multiple income streams, stock options, or year-end bonuses, you rarely see the full impact in a single paycheck. It gets distributed across tax withholding, automatic 401k contributions, health insurance increases, and the cost of living adjustments that have become invisible to most high earners. Vanguard research from 2023 shows that high-income households, those earning $200K or more, spend an average of 65 to 75% of their annual raises on lifestyle upgrades, not emergency expenses, not debt payoff. Lifestyle upgrades, a nicer car lease, a move to a better zip code, higher restaurant budgets, upgraded childcare, club memberships, private school, or that vacation that turns into an annual tradition. Fidelity's retirement score data indicates that households earning $250K to $500K annually are saving at similar rates to households earning $100K to $150K in absolute terms when adjusted for income proportion. The higher earner has more cash, but a smaller percentage of it is going toward future security. This is the lifestyle creep trap, and it's invisible because you're not spending recklessly, you're responding rationally to improved circumstances. That's the danger. The correct reality. Let's use actual numbers from IRS Statistics of Income and the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances to show you what's really happening. A household at the 90th percentile of income, approximately $250,000 gross annual income, is saving an average of 12% of gross income. That's $30,000 per year or $2,500 per month, going toward retirement accounts, investments, and savings. On the surface, this sounds reasonable. But here's the corrective data. According to Fidelity's retirement readiness benchmarks, a professional in their peak earning years, age 40 to 55, should be saving between 25 and 35% of gross income to retire comfortably at target age, typically 62 to 67 for high earners. For $250K earner, that's $62,500 to $87,500 per year. The actual savings rate is less than half of what it should be. Now apply this across an income growth curve. The average professional earning $250K at age 45 receives annual raises of 3 to 7%, plus performance bonuses, stock vesting, and occasional promotions. Over 15 years, assuming a conservative 4% average annual raise, that income grows from $250K to approximately $450K. Every single dollar of that growth, that's $200,000 in cumulative additional income, is subject to the same 65 to 75% lifestyle spending rate. Let's do the math. If you earn an additional $13,000 per year from a 4% raise and you spend 70% of it $9,100, you're banking 30% $3,900 across 15 years of cumulative raises. That behavioral pattern costs you between $2 million and $1 $8 million in lost compounded retirement savings, the exact amount that separates retiring at 60 from retiring at 68. This isn't a spending problem in the traditional sense. This is an allocation problem. You're not broke, you're not irresponsible. You're just allocating growth capital the way your brain is wired. You improve your life proportionally to your income. And that habit, over 15 years during your peak earning window, compresses your retirement timeline by nearly a decade. BLS occupational salary data shows that a software engineer in the San Francisco Bay Area earning $280K in 2010 would earn approximately $380K in 2024, adjusted for inflation and market dynamics. But analysis of household spending patterns shows that the 2024 version of that engineer is not saving more in absolute dollars. They're saving less as a percentage of income, because their fixed expenses rose with each step up the income ladder. This is where the Federal Reserve data gets sobering. In 2010, the median high-income household spent 78% of gross income. In 2023, it's 82%. Despite earning more in real dollars, high earners are saving a smaller slice of every paycheck. The delta here's the specific outcome. A $250K earner receiving 5% annual raises over 15 years, who currently banks 30% of raises and spends 70%, will accumulate $2 million to $8 million less in retirement savings than a peer who banks 75% of raises and spends 25%. Assuming a 6% average annual investment return, that gap translates to retiring at 60 vs. Retiring at 68, 8-year difference in freedom, or continuing to work at peak stress and peak earning capacity through your 60s. Instead of transitioning to part-time, consulting, or complete retirement in your late 50s, or reducing your retirement income by 30 to 40% to stretch your savings for. Fidelity's data suggests the window for this choice is narrow, ages 40 to 55. This is when your earning power is highest, when raises are most generous, and when your human capital, your ability to earn, is still strong enough to recover if you need to adjust. After 55, the math becomes exponentially harder. You're earning more, but you have fewer years to compound missed opportunities. Here's the invisible part that most professionals don't see until a retirement projection forces the reckoning. The expense creep during peak earning years is almost entirely in fixed costs. It's not luxury spending that you can easily cut. It's the mortgage in the better neighborhood, the school district, the car payment, the club membership, the healthcare choices, the vacation home maintenance, the higher property taxes. These expenses don't feel discretionary. They feel permanent. And because they've been gradual, one upgrade every 2 or 3 years, you've anchored to them as normal. When you finally run a retirement projection at age 48 or 50, your financial advisor shows you that your $250K salary has grown to $350K, but your annual fixed expenses have also grown from $180K to $260K. The gap between what you earn and what you keep has narrowed, not widened. And suddenly, working 5 to 10 more years isn't a choice, it's a mathematical necessity. Why this matters now, you're in your peak earning decade. Ages 40 to 55 represent the highest earning capacity for most professionals: lawyers, physicians, engineers, executives, consultants. Your income is at its maximum, your career momentum is strong, but your window for deploying that income toward retirement security is finite. Each percentage point of income you allow to drift into lifestyle spending during these 15 years has an outsized impact on your retirement timeline. It's not like your 20s, when time can recover small mistakes. Compound interest at 6% over 15 years on $2 million is the difference between two entirely different life trajectories, and the data shows this is happening silently. Most high earners don't notice because their net financial position feels stable. You're not going into debt, you're maintaining investments, your net worth is growing. But your retirement savings rate is flat or declining as a percentage of income, which means you're falling behind your potential security timeline. Here's the question you should ask yourself. Of my last 3 raises, 5%, 6%, 4%, how much went into retirement accounts? And how much went into lifestyle upgrades? If the answer is I honestly don't know, you're in the trap. Most high earners are. What the data says you should consider. This is not financial advice. This is research pointing you toward a framework. The professionals who retire 5 to 10 years earlier than their peers typically follow one behavioral pattern. They treat raises differently than they treat their base salary. Their base salary covers their fixed expenses: the mortgage, the car, the school, the insurance. Every raise goes to one of 3 places: additional retirement savings, debt payoff, or a pre-planned lifestyle upgrade with a clear budget and end date. They don't hide this. They explicitly decide, this 4% raise is $10,000. I'm banking $7,500 and allocating $2,500 to a specific upgrade, a nicer vacation, or updating the kitchen. The difference is the intentionality. It's not organic drift, it's a choice. Fidelity research suggests that high-income households who implement this behavioral shift banking 60 to 75% of raises instead of spending 65 to 75%, accumulate an additional $1, $2 million to $1, $8 million in retirement savings over 15 years. That magnitude of difference is not marginal. It's the difference between an early retirement and a delayed one. BLS data on spending by income quintile also reveals that the top 10% of earners who retire most comfortably typically maintain a fixed expense ratio of 50 to 60% of gross income, regardless of how much their income grows. It's a ceiling, not a floor. When income rises, the delta between 50% and 100%, the new gross, goes to savings and investments. When income stays flat, their quality of life doesn't decline because their anchor is the expense ratio, not the dollar amount. Your next step is simple: run a